Hey everybody! I'm here today to talk to you about a Casio Scientific Calculator that is not turning on. I'll be going over some easy fixes and telling you some things that you can try out to hopefully get it to turn back on and start working again. Let's get right into the video. First and foremost, these calculators are absolute workhorses, so it is rare that they don't turn on. But if it does happen, these are some things that you can try. Number one is to consider changing the battery. Now, depending on your Casio Scientific Calculator, you might have access to a battery slot, okay? And if you find that battery slot, you want to consider changing the battery. Sometimes it is a standard battery, other times it's going to be a rechargeable battery. Consider changing the battery, but also weigh out the cost. This was a very, very affordable calculator. It was very, very inexpensive. So if something like this stopped working, I would probably just buy a new calculator because the battery would probably almost cost me as much as a new calculator. So I would just buy a new one. But if your calculator is quite expensive, or if the battery is super cheap or you have one lying around anyways, then consider replacing it if you have access to the battery port. Number two, try solar charging it. So this one right here has a solar panel, and there's also a chargeable battery inside of it. Put it right up to the light, because sometimes you think it should be charging, but it's too far away from the light. So put it directly under a light, or go out on a sunny day and get it directly under that bright sun. Try and charge it up for a few minutes, and then try and turn it on. Don't try and turn it on right away, because you might be getting a little bit of a charge and then depleting that charge when you try and turn it on. You want to try and charge it up a little bit, 5 minutes, 10 minutes maybe, under a bright light or under the sun, and then try turning it on and see if that works. Number three, sounds silly, but try it out. Give it a little wiggle, literally. Give it a little wiggle. Sometimes there's a loose wire inside of it, loose connector, a loose soldering joint, whatever the case is, anything that's in there that's loose, maybe it fell, it was being tossed around in your backpack and something got loose. Just give it a little wiggle like this and try turning it on. Honestly, I know it sounds silly, but it might work. Back in the day when I was younger with like the big TVs, I had an old TV in my room. My parents gave me their old TV for my bedroom when they got a new TV. So they gave it to me to use, and it was like ancient, man. It was already like 25 years old when I got it. And literally I used to have to go to the TV and I used to have to smack it. It would stop working and a couple of these and it just worked again, right? So this is probably no different. I wouldn't recommend smacking it, but give it a little wiggle, and if you had a TV like that, drop a comment below if you remember, come on, and then all of a sudden the picture starts working again. It's amazing. I don't understand how it worked, why it worked, but it did. I don't get it. It doesn't make sense to me, to be honest with you, but it worked. Sorry, I got a little bit scared. I thought I saw, this is my drum room. It was a saw and I turned it into a drum room, and I thought I saw something there like a spider, but there's no spider, no centipede. Anyways, there might be some over there, but there's none behind me. So give it a little wiggle, maybe a couple taps, see if that works. Don't hit it hard. It's not an old TV, but a little wiggle or a couple taps might do the trick. Number four is look for a reset hole somewhere in the calculator. You want to look around for a reset hole. Sometimes you can find a little hole that if you put like a pin in there, or if you put like a paper clip in there, anything that's small enough to poke the hole, you can reset the calculator. Sometimes that will work. And lastly, the fifth thing that you can try, I think this is number 5 if I remember correctly, because we did, let's go over them quickly. One is change the battery or consider doing it. 2 is try solar charging it. 3 is wiggle it, or maybe a couple light taps. 4 is look for a reset hole, and if there is one, press it down or hold it down. And number 5 sounds silly, but mash the buttons. Like literally, just go like this. Maybe there's something loose in there. Maybe it's not working. Mash the buttons, okay? And as an added bonus tip, on most Casio Scientific calculators, you can actually adjust the contrast. So if you maybe accidentally adjusted the contrast, look really closely, because maybe your contrast is just set to like unbelievably light. Maybe it's on and it's working, but the contrast is so light that you can barely see it. If that's the case, go to the contrast option and adjust it to be darker so you can actually see what you're doing. But that's it. That is how to fix a Casio Scientific calculator that is not turning on or not working. Some easy fixes in this very simplistic tutorial. If you like this video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up. Let me know what you think down below as a comment. And of course, be sure to subscribe for more great videos just like this one. And that's all I have for you today. Thanks for watching.